we have a big story coming in from Manipur at this point in time. Doctors, teaching staff and nurses of a RIMS hospital in Imphal are staging a massive protest condemning the recent bomb attack at the family residence of RIMS director Professor A. Santa Singh. The sit-in protest was staged at two separate locations today. A protest was staged at Uripok area in Imphal West at the director's residence, and another protest at the RIMS hospital by doctors, teaching staff and nurses of the hospital. Reportedly, the bomb attack took place late last night, late night on Monday at around 9:45 p.m. So that is, of course, another big story coming in from Manipur, viewers. Doctors, teaching staff and nurses of RIMS Hospital are staging a massive protest in capital Imphal, condemning the recent bomb attack at the family residence of RIMS director Professor A. Santa Singh. A sit-in protest has been staged at two separate locations, one at Uripok area in Imphal West at the director's residence and another at the premises of the RIMS hospital itself by the doctors, teaching staff and nurses of the hospital. Reportedly, the bomb attack took place late night on Monday at around 9:45 p.m. Yes, indeed, viewers, what you see on your screens are the visuals coming in from Imphal as the sit-in protest strongly condemning the bomb attack at the residence of the director of RIMS, Professor A. Santa Singh, taking place in Imphal as we speak right now. Of course, let me also tell our viewers here, the protest has been staged at two separate locations. One, of course, it is at the premises of the RIMS hospital where the doctors and other staff are staging a protest. And then, of course, there is another protest going on simultaneously at Uripok area in Imphal West. All right, I'm now being joined live from Imphal by my colleague Sharat Chandra to bring us all the latest details. Sharat, massive protest being staged at two separate locations in the capital Imphal today, protesting against the bomb attack. What further details can you give us at this point in time, and where exactly are you right now, Sharat?
This is just, I'm at the gate of the RIMS hospital campus, and you can see this is the Regional Institute of Medical Sciences Administrative Block. So before minutes,
Medical Sciences Administrative Block. Here you can see this is Samiana under the carpet. You can see here the protest was there. The similar kind of protest was also there at the Imphal West Uripok Ahanthemlekai, and that protest at the Ahanthemlekai was carried out by the local residents of Professor A. Santa, Director of RIMS Hospital, localities. And we also covered the protest carried out by the local residents of Professor A. Santa, Director of RIMS Hospital. His original residence, where the family members of the Professor A. Santa stay, is in Uripok Ahanthemlekai in Imphal West. And you see, the Professor A. Santa regularly stay inside the RIMS campus because he's the director. So for him, the quarter is being allotted to him. That is the reason since he assumed the office of this director, he always stay here inside the RIMS campus. And when the blast took place at Uripok Ahanthemlekai residence of the family members of this Professor A. Santa was not there. This blast took place on the late night of the 18th July around 9:45, and there's no human casualty. And yes, this blast came to life through this series of protests. One protest already been carried out at the local area of the Professor A. Santa. Also, before minutes, the protest at the RIMS administrative block that also ended. And this protest was carried out by the doctors, teaching staffs, and the nurses of the RIMS hospital, condemning the bomb attack at the residence of Professor A. Santa, who is the director RIMS. And you see, before minutes, I have already talked with this Dr. A. Santa. He also didn't know about about who could be the behind this bomb attack, whether he received any kind of threat from any particular militant outfit. It is not clear because Professor A. Santa also just he denied to come in front of the camera. Otherwise, we had a talk with him at his office. I am right now still at the RIMS Hospital administrative block where the director office is located, and he just clearly refused to give any kind of comment. As the police investigation is out, he don't want to give much comment on this blast. According to him, the Imphal West police team have already arrived at his residence located at the Uripok yesterday in the afternoon, and he have already given the statement. The complaint is already been filed to the Imphal West police. Imphal West police have also registered a case regarding this blast, and the investigation is on. As investigation is on, Professor A. Santa do not give much comment on it, and he's also waiting for a clear picture after the police investigation, Ronald.
Right, so Sharath, of course, this is a major protest that has been staged at the RIMS premises by the doctors and other staff, the nurses. So were you able to get a word from some of these protesters, and what do they exactly have to say about this protest that they are staging today?
Ronak, you say I've already mentioned that we first covered the sit-in protest at the locales of the Professor A. Santa. His family residence is located in Imphal West, Uripok and Themlaikai, where the protest was carried out by the locals of the local residents of the Professor A. Santa. And also we came here at around 12, and when we reached here, the protests have already been ended because you see all the doctors and teaching staffs and the nurses, they are also busy providing services to the people for their health care. So that is the reason the protests, we came to know that at around 11 protests started and ended just before 12 noon. So we came here, we just came to know protest has already been ended, but was carried out by the doctors, teaching staff and the non-teaching staff of the hospital. Yes, so far as the protest carried out by the local residents of the Professor A. Santa is concerned, we have covered it. We have took the reactions from women who took part in the demonstration. We also entered to the family residence of the Professor A. Santa, where we have interacted with some of the family members of the residents, and we came to know that on that night, on 18 July, late night around 9:45, the bomb which could have hurled from near the road fallen just inside the one small pond. Small pond is located at the residence gate of the family, this Professor A. Santa, and you see as the blast went up inside the water body, that there's no human casualty reported. We also interacted with many of one of the women's protesters who took part in the sit-in protests at the Uripok and Themlaikai, Imphal West. She demanded such kind of bomb attack should not be carried out. Any kind of demand, any kind of the conflict of opinion can be resolved through talks. But the carrying out such a bomb attack at the residential area, it is very condemnable. So she also highly condemned the blast. Also just request any of the militant outfit involved in the blast not to carry out such a bomb attack in the future at the residential area because it could have inflicted injury to the human. Rona.
Absolutely, Sharath Chandra. Thank you very much for joining us from Imphal and bringing us all of those latest updates.